From the culture of the American South, where roots hold stories, comes a natural deodorant inspired by generations of wisdom. Introducing Rootwork, the all-natural foundational Black American-based deodorant infused with the magic of High John the Conqueror root. Our unique blend enriched with this legendary root offers 24-hour protection, rooted in the power of nature. Embrace this deodorant that celebrates culture, history, and your well-being. Unlock the magic of Rootwork today. Experience the pure essence of nature. Visit rootworkstyle.com and make the switch to a healthier, cultural choice.
In here. So we can do what we do. Waiting on you guys to pop on in. Waiting on everybody to come on through. How you guys doing on this lovely late night? Doing my late night tap in as I always do. What's up, Nicey girl? I see you. How is everybody doing? Glad to have y'all tuning in, family. Hope you guys had a great week so far. I'm supposed to do my YouTube broadcast today. Had a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm going to do that in the morning. So you guys need to follow me on YouTube on my Tariq radio channel so y'all can get my live YouTube broadcasts and tap into that. I'll be doing that in the morning, so y'all stay tuned for that. I was just taking care of some other stuff today. Just waiting on everybody to get in the room. First things first, I got a shout out to everybody who has contributed to the new movie, Microphone Check on Kickstarter. If you go to my profile, you can go to the link. We're at the halfway mark and we only have 16 days left, so we definitely need the family to get involved so we can get this thing over the finish line, because with Kickstarter, it's an all or nothing deal. Either we get all of the funds raised or none of them. Everything goes back to everybody. It's an all or nothing deal. So we don't get some of the funds. We either get all or nothing. So we need to get over that $1.80 hump, which we should be able to do. We're already at the halfway mark, and we got, again, 16 days to go. So if everybody can go and get us over that hump, that would be phenomenal, because we are powerful. We can get stuff like that done. Just a lot of people doing a little. Or you can just go to microphonecheck.com. Microphonecheck.com, ladies and gentlemen. Microphonecheck.com. Few things going on. Now, you guys know election season is here. And the election is going to be very interesting next year, because there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. People know that the Democrats are in trouble. The black vote is wide open. This is what the Democrats have been fearing. So I'm letting you guys know behind the scenes. I'm not going to say too much, but different political parties are reaching out to the grassroots. Right now, there are a lot of political parties, political entities are reaching out to the grassroots. They understand what it is. They know the Democrats are in trouble. They know that the Democrats, their name is mud with the grassroots right now. We can see what went down in Louisiana, and they're doing polls and they're doing research, and they're seeing that the Democrats, their name is crap right now. The black grassroots is completely disgusted and disgruntled with the Democrats. The Democrats, man, they about to lose bigly. And other people are, they smell blood out here. And there's people reaching out to the grassroots. They're talking to some of us, and we're letting them know what the business is. It's going to have to be some tangibles or nothing, and some real tangibles. We're not going to switch from one symbolic group to another. It's going to have to be some meat on the bones out here. And it's going to be very interesting for this next election. Louisiana, like we've talked about the other day, there was that governor's race, and the Republicans flipped it and got in the position. They got elected. They got a Republican governor, and boy, the Democrats were like, "Uh oh," because down there in Louisiana, a lot of black folks down there. That's a black stronghold. A lot of black voters down there, and the black voters are just not turning out. And again, you have the Roland Martins out here having a hissy fit. Somebody showed me one of Roland's recent clips, and sure enough, he was having the hissy fit. And what the Democrats are doing, instead of doing what they're supposed to do, which is cough up them damn tangibles, what they're doing the old, well, y'all want reparations. And instead of saying what we're going to do as far as reparations, their focus, and this is something that is handed down from these DNC think tanks, basically just keep the focus on what the Republicans ain't going to do. That's their strategy. You notice that whenever we start telling the Democrats, hey man, we need y'all to kind of break bread, then they start talking about what the Republicans ain't gonna do. Well, you ain't gonna vote. If you ain't gonna vote, what do you think the Republicans gonna do? That's rolling. That's that whole thing. The Republicans, the Republicans, they ain't gonna give you no reparations. The Republicans ain't even think about no reparations. You get the Republicans, they not gonna give you shit. That whole thing. Well, damn it, y'all are twins then. Yeah? 'Cause y'all ain't giving us nothing. The Democrats aren't giving us nothing. And rolling up here talking about, see, they're not going to even give y'all a study. They're not going to give y'all no HR 40. We at least gave HR 40. No, 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 that's a nothing burger. Yeah, I don't want a nothing burger. They're trying to replace nothing burgers with nothing hot dogs. You think like one or the other one is better. The Democrats been giving us nothing burgers, and they're threatening, well, you're going to get a nothing hot dog. Well, then a nothing hot dog tastes the same as a nothing burger. You both are giving us nothing. So you're not going to point the finger at nobody. Somebody's going to cough up them tangibles if they're going to get us to get out here and vote. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't want to hear about this person, that, and that person's racism, all of your races. Who's coughing up the tangibles for foundational black Americans? That's where it is. Now y'all figure out how to do it in a way where you don't offend the white supremacists, because that's what it boils down to. You don't want to offend the white supremacists. Okay, find a way to appease them. That's your job. You know them better than me. You make it palatable for them. However you need to say it. But it has to be said and done in a way that's specific to us. How are you going to appease the white supremacists? Kind of, you can work that out. Think of some ways that will appease them. You live with them. They're in your community. You know how to handle their sensibilities. Yeah. But we're gonna have to get some of them things. We're gonna have to get them tangibles. We're not doing any symbolic gestures. All right, we're gonna get some calls in here in a minute. Y'all see Fat Joe was trending. They had Fat Joe doing some guest commentary at a WNBA game. I done told y'all, man, they're really pushing Fat Joe out here heavy. The white corporate structure is really pushing Fat Joe heavy. You see Fat Joe all over the place all of a sudden. You dig? You see Fat Joe all over the place. And there's a reason for that. He doesn't have an album out, hasn't had a solo album out in over a decade. He had a collaborative album out a couple of years ago, hadn't had a single out in a couple of years. So why are they parading this guy around like that? See, they're going to use Fat Joe. They're trying to use him as a Trojan horse to hijack hip hop from foundational Black Americans. And once the Latinos successfully hijack it, then they're going to start funneling in all of these other groups. Family, I really wish y'all understand, some of the ones who don't, how important this documentary we're doing is. This is extremely important. This is important. Y'all don't understand what we're going against, man. We're going against a $1 billion conglomerate, man. They're throwing billions of dollars out here to erase us. They're putting together movies and projects and events. These radio stations, man, they got all of these non FBA and Latino programmers and managers and DJs that they've wrestled those jobs away from black people and gave them to other people. There's a whole industry that's dedicated to erasing us that they spend billions of dollars for. You understand? And we're saying, hey, all we need is a buck 80 on Kickstarter to combat this stuff. That's what I'm saying. We should have had that knocked on out, family, because we're going against some big dogs out here, man. So we got to be for real, for real. We got to be really, really on top of our game to go against this stuff because we're going to be armed with truth. This is why we got so many people shaking in their boots right now with our little film. We have a little film that we done put together. First of all, when they've heard about the film, we were talking about doing it, and people were like, "Yeah, yeah, we'll debunk that stuff." Yeah, we heard there's a film that they're gonna be doing to kind of counter our narrative, but yeah, we got a gazillion dollars and this white corporate structure backing us up, so we're gonna be good. And then when that trailer came out, they fixed their damn face. They're like, "Oh shit, this is a problem." When they saw the momentum that it got and it started going viral all over the place, they're like, oh, oh, this is the real deal. This ain't gonna be so easy. So now they've been trying to get in front of it. Man, I told people there's gonna be a lot of response videos for that trailer. I've seen about 20, at least about 25 response videos. That's probably a very conservative number. I've seen at least 25 response videos. It's probably more, but there's just dozens of them. And when the movie come out, there's going to be many more. But again, going back to Fat Joe is being pushed out here to Trojan horse in Latinos and other people in order to wrestle our culture away. The name of the game is to erase us from our culture. It's a very deliberate effort that they're doing. You understand? And the person they know they can get to do that is a Fat Joe. They need somebody who's kind of on the inside, quote unquote, somebody who's known within the industry. So that was the perfect person to do it. You dig? You get somebody with a colonizer mentality, but there's somebody who kind of has somewhat of a relationship within the black community. So for years, Fat Joe, he's been the only artist that has worked with several black artists, and he's gained a certain level of respect among the hip hop crowd. He's the only one, to be honest. And that would be the perfect candidate. They looked at him and said, hey, we can get him to funnel in our damn agenda. That's why when he hopped out talking that, yeah, we created hip hop 50-50. And people are like, where the fuck that come from? Nigga, what are you talking about? Yeah, I created hip hop 50-50, and I can say nigga. Yeah, I'm a white Puerto Rican, but I got a black abuela, and I can say nigga. Ain't nobody gonna stop me. That's a colonizer mindset. You see, that's a colonizer's mindset. And the grassroots, you guys, and I'm talking to you, you guys have been the only ones keeping his ass in line with that. It's only the grassroots that's been on his bumper for pulling that kind of stunt, which he should have been checked for that. Nobody in the industry is going to do it because they're ingratiated to all of the Latino managers and program directors and concert promoters, so they're not going to do anything. This is 100% up to the grassroots. So we have to understand what we have to do in order to preserve not only our legacy, but our history and just our survival. Because when they start erasing people's history, that gets into dangerous territory, family. I'm telling you. I know one of the reasons why I did the Hidden Colors series, and I've told this story before, if you guys remember, back in 2010, that's when I got started on the Hidden Colors project. Before I got started on it, I was vacationing in Australia, and I saw how the Aboriginal people were just systematically erased in Australia, and how they use propaganda. And I went around looking for some of the enclaves of the Aboriginal people, and they were just nowhere around. They were Some of them were just funneled in just one little cordon off section of Sydney, Australia. So they funneled them off somewhere out of sight, out of mind. And I'm like, well, that's a dangerous precedent. And in the island, or the landmass right next to Australia, is Tasmania. And these white supremacists wiped off all of the original Tasmanians. They committed a complete genocide over there. No original Tasmanians exist. They got rid of all of them. There are no full-blooded Tasmanians anymore. You understand? So these people will get a genocide popping, and they will start with propaganda. It starts with erasing people from history, colonizing little things within their history, and then slowly just getting them up out of there. Once you got in their history, you got their history out the mix. It's a piece of cake to get them out of the place. It's a piece of cake to get them out of the mix. You dig? So that's why we gotta see what these people are doing. Let's be real, man. I travel around, even in the United States. I want y'all to notice something, especially when I go to airports. I've noticed this when I've traveled. You don't really see black people at airports no more. You don't see us really traveling like that. I noticed that within the last couple of years. I travel all over the country, and I'm like, you go to these airports, you don't see a lot of black people like we're supposed to. You don't see a lot of black people traveling. And in a lot of cities, we get cornered off in places like LA. In LA, black people are damn near hidden in the daytime. You can't go to somewhere and see a number of black people out here in LA like that no more. For real, let me think about it. Where are you going to go in LA to see a whole bunch of black people? Now we're here, but we're spread out, and we're in Lancaster, Riverside, little pockets of South Central here and there, but we're just not out and about no more. We don't see us. There's a vibe where we're invisible on a cosmetic level. It's a real dangerous dynamic. We don't see each other like we used to. We're not out there. We ain't outside like we are supposed to be. You see, but we're here. But we're just not as visible as we should be. See, that's why I like doing events where we can all come out and vibe and be seen so that we can see each other. See, there's a power in seeing your people in a constructive way. See, we'll come out when it's something raggedy, when it's some ratchet nonsense. But it's important for us to see each other. It's important for us to be around each other and vibe and build with each other. And also, let's go back, it's important for us to control the visual narratives of who we are. See, the white music industry, they're parading around the Fat Joes, and also they're trying to make Fat Joe like a hip hop legend. They're trying to manufacture him as some kind of hip hop legend. So when he starts doing all this lying, they will legitimize him. They'll give his words some kind of authority, even though he's lying his ass off about all of that 50-50 stuff. If they parade him in the media enough, that will give him some legitimacy. That's why they keep going around over and over saying this: blacks and Latinos created hip hop, blacks and Latinos created hip hop. There's even a documentary on Amazon. Amazon put a lot of money on a documentary. I forgot the name of it, but they're talking about Latinos in hip hop. It's Fat Joe and Nori and a whole bunch of people talking about their contributions on how they helped create hip hop. This was funded by Amazon. It's on Amazon Prime. I forgot the name of it. Some of y'all might know what I'm talking about. And I want y'all to understand something. Visuals are very important. They portray Fat Joe as like a very respectable guy in hip hop. The Afrobeats artists, notice they portray them almost in a very respectable manner. See, they've been trying to make Afrobeats a thing. They're trying to really blow the Afrobeats thing up. And then they show them as respectful as possible. So the Latinos, they'll show them as respectful as possible. They'll show the African artists as respectful as possible. But how do they show us? They show us as sexy damn red. They show us as Sukihana. You see? See, they show a very degraded image of a foundational Black American artist. When they show us, we either ratchet as hell or drugged out. When it's a foundational Black American artist, it's the bottom of the damn barrel. When it's the corporate media pushing the narrative. That's why, man, we really have to understand the importance of grassroots support and grassroots programming and grassroots messaging. And that starts with us. You see, we got to be very active in our empowerment and not be afraid of empowerment. And empowerment is a group effort.